It's- Yeah. Okay, I'm ready.
That Stan said, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Everybody is here at the meeting with Jordan on Zoom. Has everybody had a chance to look over the minutes?
Making a motion to approve the minutes November 3rd, 2025. Second.
All in favor? No, Carol, you was you.
I tried, I went here. Yeah,
Okay.
but I did say. Yeah. I'll pick it on
That
your.
money and.
Yeah.
Okay, the Davis Park Board. Davis Martin Park Board.
Yeah, we might wanna table this to the next meeting. I haven't heard back from a couple of them, so
Okay.
I'm really want to nominate one of them, but I haven't heard back, so. I'll probably table it if that's okay with you the next meeting.
Yeah. Okay. County user ambulance, Michelle.
Yeah, it's this little short paper here. So. First is, from Edit, ambulance overtime. This isn't asking for any more additional money in the budget. It's because on the last salary and wage ordinance, we had $84,000 in overtime on the ordinance. That amount current year to date is $97,199. So I didn't realize it, but they went over that in October. Over that 84,000. So this just is for it to be correct on the salary and wage ordinance. And he's got other salary lines he can move that from. For the overtime. And then the county user fee, bonus stipend, they had $2,000 in that on the salary and wage ordinance. She's asking, they've already paid a little over 1,700. She's asking to pay another bonus out of this prosecutor fund. They do pretrial diversion work, and I think her workers are paid for doing the extra work out of this fund, a bonus. So they're wanting to pay additional $2,000 this year. So I contacted State Board of Accounts and they said, it needed to be reflect that on the salary and wage ordinance. There's money. I'm not asking for any extra money either. They got it in a claims clerk line. That they can move it to this bonus stipend.
Any other discussion?
The concern of amount of overtime.
Is he on YouTube? We can't see who's on there.
No, only Jordan's. I can probably call him. I don't know if he, something if he's on call
I
working.
think that my question is why does he have so much overtime?
If he's fully staffed, or I guess the question, or is he fully staffed?
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know that answer.
and it's just one person getting all the overtime.
Not that much.
Do you have a feeling, Diana, if one person is? I don't know for sure.
I don't do payroll enough
Yeah.
to know, to see the vouchers.
Mm.
Seems like a lot of overtime.
We'll see if he'll pick up.
I feel like this was not a good phone call.
Probably not, cause I'm at the council meeting and you're on speaker. Yeah, I'm at the council meeting and you're on speakerphone.
Okay.
Council, I had to take the overtime to the council because on the salary and wage ordinance, it had 84,000. And, already you're at like 97,000 for, department overtime. So they were asking me why so much overtime. I didn't have an answer for that. I didn't know if you had any elaboration that you could provide them. Cause they thought you were fully staffed and I said, I don't know that either.
Not particularly. I have one that's been out for, I can't remember where her surgery was, I don't recall. And is out now for knee issues. That's the latest one that's been an issue.
Is it just one, I mean, besides that person, are you short on anybody else, paramedics, or is there any other?
No, we're pretty much fully staffed.
Okay. Yeah, I did tell him like you hadn't, all the salaries. You did have a lot of room there you hadn't used the budget and the salary lines.
Right.
If we're fully staffed, how we use $97,000 in overtime?
8 hours per full-time person per week in overtime.
And that's cause of the way we're scheduling them, right?
They're scheduled 2 24-hour shifts per week on a full-time basis.
Is there any way that can be changed? I mean, why are we paying them 8 hours overtime every time?
That's the industry standard.
I can imagine paying that, okay. Anything else for him?
Is that consistent with last year?
Yeah, I can tell you that.
I mean, I remember him talking about the 8 hours every.
Yeah,
I remember that, but I don't know why we.
it's 56,261 last year.
So Jeremy, you see our concern, we doubled our overtime.
I mean, I understand your concern, but, without looking at numbers, I wouldn't be able to give you an accurate reason why,
Okay,
other than we're fully staffed now and that's what we're running.
okay, so during the year. Were you fully staffed 6 months, 8 months, 10 months out of the year?
This year, we've been fully staffed pretty much the whole year.
Okay,
Last year, I did a lot of shifts.
I understand. And I
We were
mean,
one short, but
Yeah, good.
But it doesn't- me doing shifts doesn't affect overtime.
Well, last year. If he's fully staffed this year.
Anything else?
Did you have
Okay.
anything for like the transfers before did you wanna go into those, the ambulance?
The various ones?
Yeah, they might,
I'm
oh, well,
not in the office.
okay. Okay, I think that's all.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So he's out of the office?
Well, he's just not working right now.
So we have a motion for salary and wage ordinance. I make a motion on the county user fee bonus stipend to be paid for $2,000.
Let me clarify this. He's pulling this out of a fully staffed. What he has on this paper is being fully staffed. Where's he pulling it from then?
Yes, that's a good question.
You know, If he's fully staffed, then how can he pull?
He's
from-
not paying like he's not paying the max wages that he could be paying, you know, he can pay a paramedic $35 an hour, and I think only one of them's getting $35 an hour. So he just has this room in his budget. Yeah, pretty much. Well, besides all that.
Could he not take the money from those accounts and put it in instead of,
Well, he's not asking for any money.
um,
I'm asking to be able to,
Transfer,
no, not even transfer.
just saying.
approve.
Yeah, just that it's a approved wage.
Overtime's inevitable, the way the staffing is. If it's industry standard, we can't argue with that.
There's about 100
It just seems like a lot
quick
of
numbers, there's about 170,000 still there.
All there is,
Yeah,
And we're asking for,
31.
yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean, one line item here's. Yeah, EMT 4 is 23,000,
yeah, and there's 30,000 up there on
30,000,
EMP, basic 3.
it's not, yeah. So he's changed, I'm guessing he changed his numbers to reflect what our budget is. And so it's coming out of this for last year's budget's what I'm guessing it is.
And he even said he worked a lot of those paramedic shifts last year, and if he got another paramedic, now you're paying that paramedic instead of Jeremy doing it on salaried pay.
will that get through the rest of the year? Through the calendar year?
Yeah,
I mean, it's your figures that come up with that, I assume, right?
yeah.
Where's he at now, Michelle?
97, 199.
$97, what?
199. Is there 2 more pay periods?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we don't like the 115 number. The thought, he's at 97.2 and he's averaging $9,600 a month roughly. That's 105.8. There's $10,000 extra there in overtime. If you want to play the numbers game.
But still, it's just.
Yeah, he's still moving money regardless.
Just moving his,
He just moving a high enough where if they get, somebody gets sick, like he says, you know, the person's out with a knee injury, he's got
more
manpower. And coincidentally, it becomes overtime for people who are actually willing to work. It's no different than anybody else being short, that you just gotta pay people to be there. I mean,
I'll make the motion transfer the funds.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor? Unanimous without Jordan.
It's very looking number it all is.
Yeah.
Meeting dates.
Well, no, next, the regular salary and wage ordinance.
Is that this big paper?
Yeah.
It's a little one, huh?
This is a 2.5% raise for everybody. The yellow spots are the things changed today. So part-time help and clerk was $17. The max she asked for $17.37 to pay her. It's a permanent full-time person. So I also changed mine to this from, I think it was 1763 on mine. I went down to match hers at the 1737. They usually stay the same because it's two, full-time, I'm sorry, part-time permanent people.
That's like that's what you did throughout the whole top floor here, didn't you?
Yeah, I just, then, yeah, Carolyn asked me to for hers to match ours. So I went ahead and changed.
As if they all are the same, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think they should be.
Come on. We wanna have a ring out in the middle of the hallway there.
Huh?
Let's have a ring out in the middle of the hallway.
so Danielle, on the left, on the right side, Danielle called and asked I make her the case manager too, the 2610 to match the case manager. She said, most likely she's not gonna pay that max amount, but she wanted them to match. The EMA, we added multiple members, so it was clear. Several spots if there was multiple people who could fill the spot, we just put an S on the end, just, like deputies, we just made things plural where we could, for clarification if it was just one person or multiple. Prosecutor, that said, I think deputy prosecutor there, that's what it was last year. And the prosecutor asked, for that administrative assistant position, which is, she's gonna try to get a grant for that, next year.
You're at 1763 also.
Yeah, her,
And yours at 1737, you loaded that, so yeah.
Yeah, but that and
the,
prosecutor, legal assistant, 63. Courthouse custodians, 60.
yeah,
That's not what they do.
no. Public health nurse on the right page, Julia Cott, it was 2120. Julia Cott should be 2116, so I just want to point out those were changed. And then the 2610, that's just Danielle's other fund she pays out of, for that case manager too.
You have a number on this wage ordinance?
Yeah,
What is it? 25,
46, yeah. And I want to mention, we still have opt-out on this third page. It's still kind of unclear. I think it's kind of too late in the game to change anything, but. I don't know if anybody had any thoughts on it. I mean, Diana had a good idea of, we haven't, it was just, what, Wednesday? That she came up with the idea that, the commissioners, said they were gonna give, this is just preliminary. The insurance, we're gonna offer a HSA. And they're kind of throwing around the idea of giving employees HSA money. 4,000's been thrown out for that. So the thought of just giving all employees 4,000, so that getting rid of the opt-out, so that would cover the opt-out people and the HSA people, and then you'd have a class of people maybe who took Medicare that couldn't, because Medicare people can't do an HSA.
But it will have to be done as a bonus,
Yeah, like a health stipend or something.
because if you just put it on their wages for this year, then next year they're needing another 4,000, because that's how that works.
Yeah, we don't wanna do that. We were thinking the word stipend, so it
Yeah,
could
it's got,
be,
it's gotta be some kind of stipend that then,
Are you gonna give everybody $4,000 stipend at one time?
no, it'd have to be over 26 checks is what we think.
That's what I was gonna say, cause it'd be taxes, it'd be terrible on
uh,
people.
Smart as gold.
I don't know that a stipend could be paid every payroll, can it?
Yeah, I mean, my meeting, I don't know that's necessarily stipend, but Julie's I know is a stipend. It gets paid every payroll, right? I'm fairly sure.
Okay,
Mm.
And if a person chose the PTO plan, that stipend, that money would be added on to their premium. So they would have a more expensive plan, so if a person chose a PTO plan versus an HSA plan, they really wouldn't be getting it because they'd be paying it back in premium.
They'd be getting $153.
Yeah, just what the opt-out people get now. So we did. Teresa and Diana and I did talk to the attorney that had been dealing with our issues and, she,
thought it would work.
yeah, she did.
I mean, that's what we're using her for. Just verify it because I thought stipends had their own set of rules. Um, The commissioners
They don't
October and they're generally later.
Ours is always a week of Columbus Day. That way Crane gets that day off.
Jordan said he should be fine with Mondays.
Hey, sorry, I think I got it going back again.
No, you're fine. I just let you know that it did cut out, but I texted Melanie, but the only thing I was wanting to add to that for you guys to get the subject was on the stipend / HSA. Other thing to keep in mind on that is HSA money's pre-tax, so it's not taxed, whereas I don't know if stipends are taxed, and if they are, then that, make sure they're aware of that, because that, I don't know if people think that would be fair if their 4,000 is taxed and everybody else's 4,000 is just 4,000 straight in HSA.
Yeah, one thing we did think of, was
See,
that employees can contribute their own money, so, you know, if they, like, if I elected, I wanna take that same money, $153 and put it in HSA, then it becomes,
Each pay, yeah,
Yeah.
they're pre-tax and that's true. But they just that needs to be communicated so they know that
yeah,
if they do that, but otherwise that would be, I don't see anything wrong with that if they were to go that route.
so, I mean, gosh, wish we had more time, I don't know. Do I need to add something on the salary and wage?
I don't think, 'cause-
I mean, right now it says opt out.
because it's ultimately the,
The commissioners hasn't made a decision, we can't do anything.
we'll just have to,
Yeah, except I don't know about the elected officials. Is the pay can't be changed next year.
we may have to. Zoom meeting to approve the elected officials before the end of the year. 'Cause
Yeah,
they can't be changed during. Once January's 1, you can't change the elected officials' pay.
Just double it now, have it over.
Yeah.
yeah,
That'd be good.
okay, yeah, I'm sorry, I wish we had it, Teresa and Diana, oh my gosh, thank goodness for them. They've put hours and hours and hours into it,
What was you saying, Paul, Bill, about people on Medicare couldn't get HSA?
yeah, you can take an HSA, but you can't contribute to it. And your employer can't contribute to it, so you don't get the HSA dollars,
If you're on Medicare.
or if you're even Medicare aged, right?
I think
Yeah.
it's even 6 months, was it 6 months before? It was so many months before that you had to quit contributing.
Yeah,
Really? Even if you don't get Medicare?
yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, I think it's Medicare age.
Maybe, I guess you could defer Medicare A, but then they don't recommend you doing that because then you have to pay the penalty.
Mm-hmm. I checked into that.
Yeah,
That wasn't a good idea.
You don't,
I'm on Medicare.
Mine too.
yeah, it
you
affected,
jump through the right hoops, you don't get penalized if you have insurance.
Right.
If
I
it's,
went that route.
if it's a proper plan, then you don't get penalized. But if somebody messed up on your plan and you go off of it and you find out your plan didn't qualify, then you pay extra the rest of your life. That's why a lot of people just don't mess with it, because the government don't allow too many mistakes in your favor.
Guess I better look into that.
But you have insurance.
Mhm.
You have the insurance here.
Yeah, why, as long as the insurance meets certain guidelines, you're good.
You gotta have paper from your employer saying that you're covered this date and so forth, and this is what you got. You take that to the Social Security office and they'll take care of it for you.
I would say yours is good, I would think.
Yeah, I would think so too, but of course I was here and
Uh,
I had to get papers from the auditor at that time. And take care.
We're ready to
Yeah, move on.
go ahead with the
Oh,
dates. Did anybody see a problem with the dates?
You have to have a motion for that. I make a motion. Resolution
second.
2025-47.
All in favor? Unanimous.
Fund to fund transfer request, last conference I went to, State Board of Accounts was, talking about the funds, and this also came up during the audit, that we have some federal grants that have their own phone numbers. So to the State Board of Accounts, an 8,000 fund number, it means a federal grant. A 9,000 fund number means a state or local grant. So we had 3 federal grants, with fund numbers that did not have the 8,000 number. So I went to the commissioners last meeting, asked for new fund numbers, to reflect, an 8,000 number. Now I'm coming to you because I need to move, this Fund 9103 co-op agreement for emergency. There's $164,280.83 in that fund, and I'd like to move it to its new fund, 8103, cooperative agreement for emergency response. So this is just pretty much renaming the fund number, and
You say the 9,000 ones are state grants?
yeah, state and local.
Do we have a motion?
Make a motion to move fund transfer of 164,000 from Fund 9103 to Fund 8103. I'll second it.
All in favor? Unanimous?
And the other 2 are reimbursable, so I'll be able to either zero them out this year, or Julia sometimes has a negative balance, so I'll be able to zero it and then move the any other money to the new fund.
I assume that means we have to have a federal audit next year, so we have that money? Is that not in that?
No, it's up to 750,000 now, so I'm hoping now, since we don't have to. Even this year, yeah, we didn't have to. That was just the price of the regular product.
Okay.
Additional appropriations, edit fund, land and building, 300,000. This is for the prosecutor building that the loan is due on the 7th of that Sunday.
That pays it all.
Yeah,
Just taking that amount out, that edit fund.
yeah.
What? 300.
And
Yeah.
Oh, what's left?
What's left in that fund?
Oh. I do have that. Right now, the balance is $3,615,028.
Make the motion.
a second.
All in favor? And the commissioners are still supposed to be working on,
They are, but I'm not with an update.
I'll try to ask him again, on repaying the highway.
I think it was not last meeting, but the meeting before that, Dave said he had inquiries out.
Okay.
And next two additional appropriations are to go back to those grant funds. So these are just appropriating the money in these new funds. So she can spend what's left in her budget for this year. So I'll have to come back in the January meeting and do an additional for 2026 budget. So this is for the 8102 Public Health Emergency Preparedness and 8103 Cooperative Agreement for Emergency Response.
Both of those, one motion.
Yeah, if you choose so.
Make a motion, we approve Public Health Emergency Preparedness 8102 and Cooperative Agreement for Emergency Response 8103 totaling. Don't have a total for the two. One is 17,104, the other was 36,284.
I'll second.
All in favor? Unanimous?
Now line transfer requests within budgets, so these are in their budgets, it's just, it's going from one line in the budget to another that you guys have to approve. So part-time custodian, 2 utilities, we don't have enough to pay December's utilities, so $2,000.
Well, we probably keep the lights on.
Yeah,
We're gonna do them all.
Can we do this?
I think in one motion, cause I have it on one paper,
Okay.
so. Unless. I can redo the paper if you guys don't approve something, but. Next, courthouse custodian salary, $200 to pest treatment. The same for this, they added on the prosecutor's office getting pest treatment, so that's why we're over. Transfer request ambulance fund, from travel expenses, $3,405.41 to vehicle maintenance, same amount. Ambulance fund, insurance opt-out, $3,600 to EMS billing, same amount. He doesn't have enough in that line to cover the average of what he's been paying the billing company for December. Ambulance fund from PERF, $1,264 to new equipment, same amount, for tire chains. The ambulance fund from telephone, $650 to vehicle maintenance, $650. And from intercept fees, $1,000 to vehicle maintenance, $1,000. I think those two were just to kind of, in case he had any maintenance at the end of the year, I believe. Cause he zeroed out. With the one he did on the opposite page. And there was no room to do any more pencil transfers or anything, from anywhere else. So TIF, Westgate, community improvements, 7,500 to capital projects, 7,500. And then from professional services, 3,000 to capital projects, 3,000. So I give you the budget for the TIF. So there's 75,000 in Westgate projects line. And this is for if the county goes ahead with redevelopment, goes ahead with purchasing the Casa Sevilla building. I don't know if you,
Should have. Signed it, if I'm guessing, do you know?
You were supposed to.
I think
I think it's signed.
okay,
redevelopment is buying the building so they can tear down.
Get down,
Yeah.
So the theory was,
then redevelopment's gonna retail the building once it's done.
or we're going to,
Turn it into incubator,
yeah, something,
Base.
try to attract business.
one or the other.
We're gonna try to spark shows.
I totally agree, yeah.
But they, for some reason, unbeknownst to me, the insurance company never required a civil engineer or anybody to look at the building before they start tearing it down.
Well, there was an engineer looking at it.
But he never had his plan, so then they came back and said they wanted between $250,000 and $350,000 to look at the cost of Seville building and make sure it didn't come down. And it was cheaper to buy the building.
Mhm.
The building was listed at 135, and we bought it quite a bit cheaper than that. But he took a lot of things out of there, and he took some chairs out of there that wasn't there originally. But the big thing, the hood Ansel system's still in there. Supposedly he spent $40,000 on it.
Mhm.
The upstairs is in great shape, heating air conditioning unit upstairs. We see a small roof leak that probably would need attention, but minor repairs.
So the county's buying that.
The redevelopment,
Redevelopment.
we're buying it, so they can get the buildings tore down. Hopefully in the next 90 days. And then they can, if they can save Sandy's kitchen, which would be great. I think they can if they're paid to take it down rather than to tear it down. And there's a big difference there. But that's my opinion.
And what are you talking about Sandy's Kitchen?
The middle building. So you have the new tap and there's Sandy's Kitchen, then there's the Mexican restaurant.
Okay, I forgot. that
And
place.
so when they started,
So it's got a hole
Demolishing
in the
it.
end of it.
Uh,
It's got a hole in the end of it that have to be repaired if they,
yeah, there's water coming in, but the hole is probably 10 by 10, 10 by 15. It's not huge. But,
say Rod and Randy had a restaurant in there.
yeah, somebody referred to Sandy's building the other day, so I just picked
Sandy
that.
had a restaurant.
Yeah,
I mean, the building inside, I walked in it the other day, looked around, I mean, it looks structurally sound to me. I mean, I'm not an engineer, but I didn't see bricks bowing or anything crazy like that. That's why I said if they take down the other building, instead of just going there and take
they've just got to detach the
the roof starting.
roof deck, rafters, whatever it's called up there.
are they all hooked together in one?
Yeah.
I mean, like three things down there?
So the ceilings always tie into the blocks on each building.
There's 3 rows of bricks on each building. And the inside and outside rows of bricks, the floor joists and roof joists are set in inside that. So there's one row all the way up. And they're set, so if they come in and cut them and take it down, cut them and take it down.
Yeah,
If
right.
they, if they
now.
just rip it, it's,
Exactly,
There's a chance.
yeah.
So it really depends on how they go about tearing it down.
How they get it down.
I leaned on Carrie a little bit to protect our inners. Otherwise, we've got an expensive lot
Mhm.
that somebody will probably be telling us we gotta pay for to clean up.
But it was,
But Main Street needs cleaned up, one way or another.
that was one of the reasons why we agreed to it, was that it was gonna be done in a timely manner. There was no time frame given, but they understood that it wasn't gonna be forever.
And who understood this?
The attorney,
Me and Bonnie.
the attorney understood.
Yeah, because I mean, it's been sitting down there and they've been gonna do
Scholes
it,
was
you know,
town attorney, we gave him the clear understanding that we didn't want this to drag on.
drag on. Yeah, because I felt sorry for them. It's supposed to be down for the 4th of July.
Mhm.
And it's Christmas and it's still not down.
Well, it's coming down from Starfield.
Yeah, I know. I do feel sorry for him. It needs to come down.
Yeah, it's
If we
it's a
get a
interesting-
wet snow tonight, yeah.
Yeah, he'd probably help a little bit. So now, I'm just adding on to this. This town of Shoals owns the
First two buildings.
first 2?
Mhm.
Okay,
the new tap and what we'll call Sandy's.
okay, cause I thought that they bought New Tap, but I didn't know they bought the next one.
Did they buy it or did they just,
Or they come together.
I think they're already tied together. The county owned it for a short time, right?
Yeah, the commissioners turned it over to them.
they deeded it to the town of Shoals?
Shoals cleaned up all the encumbrances on it. There was federal stuff, there was state stuff. Probably county stuff too, I think, but I mean, that's what the county commissioners gave away, but
So the town of Shoals is gonna try to keep that restaurant too. I mean, so they would have something there.
yeah.
And Patty had interest. But people wanted the building, but they were scared of the situation. So I don't think that it's a point of getting our money back, it's a point of. It's, everything else got to get cleared up. So.
So you need a
Motion for all
motion
the
on the transfers.
transfers.
Yeah.
We'll make a motion on the transfer.
I'll second.
All in favor? Unanimous? Anything else? Courthouse will be closed Wednesday, December 24th for Christmas Eve, Thursday, December 25th for Christmas. Wednesday, December 31st for New Year's Eve, Thursday, January 1st for New Year's Day. Next council meeting will be Monday, January 5th at 6:30. Is that all?
Make the motion to adjourn.
Second. All in favor? I assume is in favor.